What's up, everybody? This is James Isaac, the Blind Squirrel with Blind Squirrel Carpentry, ready to do another tool review Tuesday. Now, I'm not exactly sure which tool. I know last week I said one thing, but this week I might say something else. I forget sometimes. But when we get out to the patio, I believe everything's already set up and whatnot. So when we get out there, we'll see what we're reviewing, and I hope to see you there. I can't get outside if I don't unlock the door. So like I said in my intro, we are out here going to review / tell y'all the ways that I measure things. First thing we got here is my click rule. This is, I'm going to say aluminum. I really don't know, but that's what we're going to go with. But it has this little knob here that you twist to tighten it and loosen it. And from the bottom here all the way up to the bottom of this first stop is 6 inches. And then we push out all the way out, and this is also 6 inches, so now it's 12 inches. And as you can see, these ridges, each one of those ridges is a 1/16 of an inch. If you listen, they click. That's how it gets this name, click rule. And all these notches are 1/2 inch. So every other one, so that right there is a 1/2, that right there is a 1 inch, so on and so forth. So 1.5, 2, 2.5, 3, all the way up to the bottom here, or the top here, and that's 6 inches. So now we're at 12 inches. Now you're probably curious, how does one measure something longer than 12 inches with this? Well, that's where we get our extension rods. Like I mentioned, this is 12 inches. Let's tighten it up so it won't go nowhere. Yep, won't go nowhere. Then we show you, see, it's 12 inches. So, put them together, and from the bottom of the rod to the bottom of the first stop, that's 24 inches or 2 feet. From the bottom of the rod to the bottom of the stop here is 18 inches. But let's say we want, say, 15 inches. So we'll go 1/2, 1, 1/2, 2, 2/2, 3. Put my thumb there. Loosen it up. Tighten it back up. Now this right here is 15 inches. But let's use my tape measure, which talks.
Spirit level. Measurements. Volume 8. Volume 7. Volume 10.
Alright, so
0 inches. Spirit measurements. With that measurements. With a case. 4 and 1/16 inches.
okay, you heard 4 and 1/16. That's with the case. So we're going to put it on here like this, and we're going to move the tape out.
1 foot and 1 foot 2 and 1 foot 3 inches, including case.
That's 1 foot 3 inches, which is also 15 inches. And I'll talk more about my tape measure here in a minute. So let's put that down, tighten that back up. And each extension rod, I have 4 of them, I only brought out 2. But each extension rod has a threaded end. So we can screw them together. Now, I personally don't really like measuring things more than 5 feet. So that would be 4 rods and my click rule fully extended with these, because imagine 8 extension rods. So that's 8 feet of rod just sticking out there. That's like a really, really long sword. So let's take these apart real quick. Alright, there's that. Now, let's talk about my tape measure. It is a talking tape measure, as y'all just heard. It has a big bright LED screen that I cannot see. It's a big round button. That's the power button. And then when it's on, it also tells you that the measurement. You got the next button, which has a single dot on it. That helps you move through the menus. You got the third button, which has 2 dots on it, does the same thing, helps you go back and forth through the menu. Then you have the square button with an X pattern of dots. That helps you go through your menu, main menu, and then it also, when you hold it down, I'll show you here in a minute, it'll also help you with your spirit level. And what's real neat is when you have it open, already open, we turn it on.
Tape is not in the case.
And it won't do nothing because the tape's not in there. But we push the button up here,
0 inches.
and it goes to 0. So now we can measure all the way up to 16.4 feet or 5 meters. This will tell you measurements in imperial or metric. So let's see how long this board is. There's 2 by 2. Let's see.
11 and 7 16 inches.
That's 11. That's 11 and 7/16. And y'all notice.
11 and 3 8 inches.
Nah, I moved it. But y'all notice. You hear those clicks.
1 16th inch. 13 6 7 8 inch.
And those clicks.
7 8 inch. 15 16th inch.
All right, we're at 15/16, and you'll hear it click.
1 inch.
That click is every inch. So let's grab this board. Let's see how long this one is.
7 and 1/2 inches.
Okay, 7.5. But here's the fun part.
Spirit level.
We're gonna go through the menu. That's the spirit level.
Measurements without a case.
That one, like I said, as you saw with my click rule, it will take the measurement of the case and add it to your tape.
Volume 10.
That's the volume.
Unit of measure imperial.
Okay, so imperial is inches and feet and stuff like that.
Unit of measure metric.
So now we're going to do metric, which is centimeters, meters, millimeters. We're going to
0
select it.
millimeters.
It says 0 millimeters. Let's do this board again.
Centimeter. 80 centimeters. 9 millimeters.
18 centimeters, 9 millimeters. Pretty
0
cool.
millimeters.
So let's go and change it back to imperial.
Spirit measurement volume. Unit of measure metric. Unit of measure imperial. 0 inches.
Alright, now let's go through the menu all the way through. So
Spirit level.
there's spirit level. You know, I'm not even going to repeat it. I'm going to let the tape say it.
Measurements without a case. Volume 10. Unit of measure imperial. Spirit level calibration.
That's where you have to calibrate the spirit level because it does not come calibrated. And plus, even if it did, they recommend for you to reset it anyway. So you would have to, if you're completely blind, have to get a friend with a spirit level, a bar level, and play with it and set your
History of measurements.
and set your level on the tape measure. History of measurement, I think can remember up to 15 different measurements, and it's like saying you need to measure, say, the perimeter of something, and it'll add it all up for you and tell you the total perimeter.
Battery level is on 39%.
Ooh, that's on low batteries.
Spirit level.
And we're back at the spirit level. But before we get into the spirit level, I'm going to show you the batteries. It's back here on the back. It's got 2 AA's. I honestly think it'd be better if it was rechargeable lithium ion. Okay, so alright, the noises you hear is it going to and from point of level. So it's sitting on my tool cart here. And let's see what my level is.
Minus 43 degrees.
So it says that because we're almost flat and it's getting close to 45. We got a piece of wood here, a little piece of 1x6. So it's 3/4 of an inch. Let's move it up. That means it's getting close. You heard the pitch get higher and the tone get faster. That means it's closer to 0.
Minus 29.5 degrees.
So let's move it over here.
15.7 degrees.
Now let's see if we can actually get it to 0. I figure I wouldn't hurt your ears too long. But so that's my talking tape measure. I do not know the brand. I can look it up, put it in the description.
I think it says it on there.
Does it?
Mm-hmm.
Where?
Tape King.
All right, well that's the brand. Thank you, camera lady.
It's right here. Hang on.
But what I can do also is find it online and put a link for it in the description. And same thing with my click rule and the extensions. I can find a link for them and put them in the description. There are other ways for...
Did you have to order those?
Yeah.
The click?
Well, the click ruler, you do have to order them from different places. But the ones I have, a friend gave to me. But yes, you do order them online. And like I said, I can find the link and put it in the description. But there are other tools out there for a blind person to use to measure things, but I don't have them. As soon as I do get them, I will do a video on them as well. But until then, y'all stay squirrely, and I'll catch y'all on the flip side.